My wires are crossed. Good morning, everybody. This is yesterday you guys might have, especially at the end of stream, might have heard me actually straining my voice and losing it. I got up this morning to like just hit the bathroom and whatever and said hi to my husband, and I was like, "Oh, my voice sounds okay." Like that's good. I woke up with my alarm and it was pretty much shot again, and went out, got something to drink, didn't help it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll rest it for about like a half hour or so and see what happens. And this is about where it came out. I do have some coffee and some yogurt next to me, but hopefully I'll be able to be okay. Hey Charles, how you doing? Um Tomorrow I will say this. I won't be on tomorrow. I'm just going to deal with stupid maintenance for whatever they decide to freaking show up, and it'll give me a chance to rest my voice too. Because the strain of my voice has been happening for at least a week now. So I do want to rest it proper. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Otherwise, I'm doing all right. How's everybody else? We're not doing too terribly much in terms of Genshin or even HSR. HSR, I'm just gonna go into Divergent Universe. Excuse me. But yeah, we're just gonna do our daily maintenance on Genshin on both accounts and stuff like that. Because again, there's not much I can actually do with being resin locked at this moment in time. So we're just chilling, vibe. Got Benny. Any tips with him? So with Bennett, you want to make sure you have him with a lot of ER. It's literally the only stat he really cares about. I can show you my Bennett. Again, this is my main account. So I do understand. Oh, happy birthday, Ayato. I do understand that you might not have some things. And that's okay. So let me get Benny. So Benny, you're gonna want some kind of ER weapon on him with a high base attack. In my opinion, this is probably his best in slot, the Skyward Blade. But you could use Aquila Favonia. It doesn't have ER, but it has the highest base attack, and that's for his circle. That's actually for his attack buff. Bennett, you C6 your Bennett. Okay. You have this weapon? Okay, I would recommend using this on Bennett. And I have almost 300 ER, and that seems to be pretty good. So every time he comes out, he can burst on his rotation. So, and you do want that. And I'll show you this. I have him on Noblesse. I don't think I've run him on anything else, but you know, people have run him on Severed Fates. I'm assuming that's more for just the ER, not necessarily his damage. His damage is negligible. You do not need to build him for damage. But other than ER, the only other stat I would recommend is HP. Because he scales off of HP for his healing. And I run a healing bonus circlet, but I'm pretty sure you could get away with HP. Yeah, you can get away with HP. You can get away with crit rate. Again, his damage is negligible, so unless you were running Favonius, which I wouldn't recommend because it's a lower base attack, then like was it Stingian? Stingian is probably the only place where you probably would run a Fav if push came to shove, but I'm stubborn and I tend not to use Favonius inside a Stingian. Yeah, I would recommend the Skyward Blade. It's been working out very well for me. If you want to run your Skyward Blade on somebody else, say like Jean or something like that, all depending on the characters you're going to use. I know you're going to use Bennett because you have Malvika, you have Arlecchino. Um, if you decide you want to use your Skyward Blade on somebody else, then the weapon I would recommend is Sapwood Blade. because it's the highest base attack you can get on an energy recharge 4-star weapon. So either of those can work. But if you have the Skyward Blade and are okay with putting it on Bennett, use it on Bennett.
Ad Astra.
Capped on resin. Alright, let's condense. Can't believe I was capped on my resin already. I only came on like a half an hour later. What the hecky? Oh, there's the giant Kethan again. Hi, honey. How you doing? I put it on Bennett. I did it quickly. I'll level that up too. But first I'm gonna have to get my Bennett to 90. Okay. And then I'll focus on his artifacts a bit later.
Melusines are beautiful creatures.
Yeah, so you want to actually make sure he has, like, I think it's like 230 is the sweet spot.
Cause them no harm.
I love how Nouvellette just started doing his Melusine line, and then everybody else decided they wanted to talk over him. Hello, how you doing? Welcome, welcome on this fine morning. By the way, it's gonna hit 60 degrees here, and I'm excited today. So after stream, when it hits that spot, I am opening the windows to air out the apartment. I am so happy. All right, let's go to Fontaine. Okay. Was I silly? Did I not talk to Catherine? Did I not?
Ad Astra Abyss.
Oh, it's 3 where you are.
Thank you for complete.
I did not talk to Catherine. Oops. Alright, let me just double check that for you, Charles, because I don't want to lead you astray on the...
Wouldn't you agree? I can make a little extra by selling their wool.
Alpaca. Yeah, it's around 200, 220 ish is kind of that sweet spot. So I wasn't far off. 230 was roughly what I had. I think that's what I had before getting Skyward Blade, was roughly around 230.
From all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
I see the value in my...
Why is everything so, like, talky today on the game? Like, yes, Nouvellette's a yapper, but I don't typically hear him go off so many times, and then all those NPCs around him by Catherine. What the heck? So recommendation from the topics we were talking about yesterday in terms of like building teams and all of that, I would definitely, this is something that Forrest and I actually did do when we were sprucing up our own accounts. And that would be like, we would do like a week of blank. And it was us focusing on one character. So if they needed levels, if they needed talents or whatever, they got it. So in your case, I would definitely maybe try to do a week of Bennett. This way you can space stuff out if absolutely necessary. I'm not sure how much fragile resin you have. But it's something to just to keep a little bit organized, but also not to really burn yourself out. But thankfully, like, starting out with, like, adjusting Bennett. Bennett's one of the easiest characters to build, so it shouldn't be too overwhelming. And I'm all for having C6 Bennett, by the way. I am pro C6ing your Bennett. I think that's kind of the reason that, like, Durin feels weird on my free-to-play account. My free-to-play account doesn't have C6 Bennett. It has C5. So when I do stuff like try to DPS on Durin as the main DPS, he kind of feels bad because he doesn't have the Pyro infusion from Bennett. So that might feel a little bit different if I can get C6. Spent all that to get some boss materials. I just need 2 more to get him to 80. Okay. I do want to artifact farm Malvika. Focus on one character at a time. Exactly. Focus on one character at a time. However, I will say, when it comes to artifacts, this can happen too. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Hang on. Let me do this first because I wasn't expecting to hit the cap. When it comes to artifacts, farming something like Noblesse is okay, but you could actually double dip here and just go for Malvikas, so Cinder City and Codex, and then whatever you don't want to use or just absolute crap artifacts and stuff like that, go ahead and strongbox Noblesse. This way you actually are making some progress on some of your other characters. Where's she going? I don't remember her going over that far. She's still going. Ma'am, your post is over here. Oh my god, how far are you going, Chica? I don't want to... Okay, now she's coming back this way. Yeah, if it... I don't think I've ever seen anybody go that far, but I could be wrong. Suggest because I'm trying to slow today. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. So basically, in terms of artifact farming, if you do want to spend your resin on artifacts, it would be a smart idea to go into the domain for Malvika, because you can also get Cinder City, and Malvika can use both. You can use Malvika as an off-field pyro to also buff whichever character and everything using Cinder City. And then with crap artifacts, do I have any that's not locked? I must have done a thing very recently. So not necessarily leveled ones. Like, for the sake of argument, we'll say this is crap. Anything that looks bad, just throw into the artifact exchanger for Noblesse, for Bennett. In this way, you're actually making a little bit of progress on Malvika while you work on Bennett. Because again, Bennett is super, super easy to build and not really worth going into the Noblesse domain. However, a lot of characters can use Noblesse, so if you feel that you're really lacking in just artifacts to throw on characters, then by all means go into the domain, but I don't think you have to. Yeah, I've never seen her go that far out either. She might attack me. Yep, there's certain things that when building characters you can do at the same time. Artifacts is one of those things. So like on this account and stuff like that, I had made note of some pieces that I wanted to change out on my Skirk. And Skirk's artifact set is not in the artifact exchanger. So it's a better idea to go to her domain and try to farm it than just sitting on my hands because I can't get it any other way. So I would actually go farm the stuff for Skirk and then artifact exchange for whatever set I feel I need from the artifact exchanger. It's the most resin efficient way to actually do something like that. Yes, Tummy. I'll feed you some yogurt in a second. Yep, you can split the resin up that way too. This way Bennett gets the levels that he needs, and you do want a 90-year Bennett. 100% you want a 90-year Bennett. But getting him to 80 is an excellent step forward. And this way you're also, again, you're making advancements towards Bennett's artifacts as well because you're just traded in on the artifact exchanger. But you'll also be making progress on your Malvika for being your main DPS. Keep wanting to go to Inazuma after I do that. I will say I like the current state, cycle of things. It's easy to plan what to do stuff. Yeah. When Stingian is out in the overflow, do artifacts, new banners, weapon, and talents. Yep. Yeah, so last week when Skirk and Escoffier's banners dropped, I did this on, more specifically, I did it on the free-to-play account, but I obviously did it on this one too because I had 3 characters I wanted to level 4 the Imaginarium Theater, and because all the domains were open, it was like, okay, today I'm going to do Layla's talents and get those all situated and whatever. But always also make sure that you do set resin aside for 3 bosses, the weekly bosses, since they're at a discount. Just pick whoever you think you need the most. I get lazy and only do like 1 or 2. On my free-to-play account, I've only been doing the wolf because I'm trying to just focus on Klee and make sure I have other materials on hand. Specifically making sure I have Mora because I have to level all the artifacts.
Settle down.
Goose on the loose!
The hunter becomes the hunted.
The tides beckon.
Okay, Newbie, what happened to all the balls? That was messed up. Send for Bennett, and then I can use the rest on Malvika. Yep. Yeah, specifically for artifacts. This way you're actually making progress towards getting better artifacts, getting artifact fodder. Another thing I will recommend to just throw into the daily mix is doing an artifact route, which is what I'm doing right now. Because if you find yourself like going, oh, I don't have time to go into an artifact domain, or you really like, oh man, I'm super close to 90ing this character. I only need X amount of runs left, and you'd rather do that than the artifacts, you'll at least get some artifact fodder by doing this route. And there's multiple routes you can do. I honestly have two that I do because I have a horrible memory and can never remember what time I started the route. So I have a backup just in case that happens. And it's tedious. I ain't gonna deny that. It's tedious. But it is one of the things that I learned fairly early on when starting to play Genshin. And it's helped immensely. That is true. You do love leveling characters, so. Alright, give me a sec. I'm gonna actually ruin my route, timing-wise, because I need to get something in my tummy. So go, yogurt, go! It's only about, like, an hour-ish before... Yeah. Before I'm going to get lunch anyway. But... need something. And I've talked about this many times before, and I even brought it up yesterday. When I needed to actually... I want to point out, because the way my voice is, I'm not being very loud, so Paimon's being very, very dramatic. When I actually needed to find a way to, you know, fix the problem, which was levels, talents, weapons, and all that stuff, I literally did a month of ley lines. The first week of that was I'm going to do XP books, and then I was going to do Mora, and then XP books, then Mora. And because it was structured that way, I felt like I was accomplishing something. So by the end of the month, and the only other thing I did was one day, usually it was Monday on reset, I would use the 90 resin. So I would miss out on a little bit, just a little bit of those resources, but I would do the weekly bosses to ensure that I would get either the material I needed, I had crystals, I had potentially dream solvents and everything. So definitely make sure you plan that out. In terms of, like, say, for an example with Bennett, the only thing you necessarily have to really worry about is his burst. I opted to actually level his skill because why not? And I had the excess stuff to do it, but you only really want to worry about his burst. And again, if anybody's like overwhelmed, like, I don't know what to level, oh my god, we can go over to like Nouvelette's talents. My Nouvelette is triple crowned, of course, but you know, we can go up here, and this is what the priority level that people have, you know, kind of was like, yeah, this is good. You want to look for newbie, it's his normal attacks, and then his burst, and then his skill, typically. And if you have Nouvelette, obviously I'm saying do all of those because they all do damage. But you don't necessarily have to, because everything for him really comes from his charge. But the game does tell you everything. And the other thing that you can do, I have not utilized this yet. I probably should when I get a new character, just to try to keep things a little bit organized. You can go to the training guide, and for whatever character you want, over here we have more characters we can select. So where's Lynette actually? So like I could select Lynette here, and she would be on that little checklist effectively. So I could hit triangle and say level up plan. I'm not going to do that right now. And it's like, okay, a bit weak, try leveling up. That's a duh. Like, that's the one thing I was like, well, that's obvious. But oh, look, this will tell me what her current weapon is, and then commonly used weapons that I could use. So if I didn't have Finale of the Deep because billets or whatever, I was like, you go, oh, Wolffang or Blacksword. Those unfortunately are battle pass weapons. So if you don't do BP Welkin or anything like that, you're not going to have them. But it'll give you a frame of reference of what weapon to equip on the character. You have the artifacts. As I mentioned here, it doesn't show. She's on Hunter. Why are you on Hunter? Huh. I actually don't know why she's on my HSR Hunter. Um, but it gives you the idea here. You would want to go onto the artifact page in and of itself just to get the vagueness of the substats, main and substats. And then this actually shows right here the top priority and all that stuff for leveling talents. So the game in and of itself has done very well in quality of life to ease the leveling process and make it a lot less underwhelming. Overwhelming. Not underwhelming. Sip the yogurt. Maybe it'll help. But don't be afraid to use what the game shows you and has to offer in game to kind of ease the leveling process and everything. In terms of like team building or something like that, like with Malvika, again, I do not own Malvika, so me going, oh, you probably want to do like Melt or something, because I know her best teammate is Sitlali. But you don't have Sitlali, so it's like, well, what do you do? And you guys talked about it yesterday that it's like, oh, Yansan, Shilonin, and Bennett are actually really good together for her. Unfortunately, the game doesn't really do that, I don't think. Like, there's nothing I see here that says, like, team. So that would be something that third-party source effectively would do. Either it be, our lovely chatters here, or it would be just a quick little Google search, best Malvika team or something like that, and a couple things will pop up. More often than not, though, you will see Sitlali for her. So that would be something to take into priority for wishing. If you really wanted to bump out her damage, be like, okay, I'm going to be on the lookout for a Sitlali rerun. Okay, I'm confused. Am I not getting some of these artifacts? Forrest, you might be able to answer this because you've done the artifact route longer than I have, and you watched a streamer longer than I have how you found out about the artifact routes. When I hit the spot and you hear the sound of me picking them up and they don't show up on the side. Am I actually picking them up or have they vanished? Because I keep noticing that more and more.
Silent!
A dash of frost.
You're picking them up. Okay. I just find it weird that, like, I'm hearing the sound and I'm not seeing it on the side. So I'm like, okay, are you not, like, actually picking them up or what? I'll have to double check, but I think I'm at the point where I actually will be doing ley lines for the main account. And we got special program tomorrow. Yippee. Ah! Cats. Best island in the game. Almost missed that spot. Oopsies.
Bow your
Off to the free.
It was just really weird on that spot with all the treasure hoarders out in Fontaine that, like, he started doing his charge and then, like, he had no orbs to pick up. Not quite sure why that was. Almost done with the artifact route. And again, it's tedious. It takes about, depending on the route you take, it can take about 15 minutes a day to do it, but it's well worth it. The route I'm doing here is probably 15 minutes, but it is the route I'm more comfortable with just because I've been doing it since, well, since I could reach Fontaine, actually, and not die. I think the Natlan route actually does cut time out. So that's always a possibility if you want to go through Natlan to get some stuff.
settle down.
Okay. I've never had that happen. Oh, Genshin, you and your wacky ways with the controller.
Silence.
Alright, that says I'm done. Good. Now, let me take a gander. Yeah, I only got 48 of those, but we do have an event going on right now, so I'll get a few from that. Yeah, I think Mora is the best bet. We'll double check my weapons, because I did that for everybody already. Who was I leveling? Nobody with a catalyst. Oh, okay, well, I do need to level that. Do need to level the second Witsith at some point, and Sacrax. But those are not important right now. Let's see, hang on. We leveled the dog hand for you. We leveled... You had this level already, so I didn't have to do anything. What? Noelle, who took your sword? Chongyun. That's right, I was testing something. Okay, so the only thing I have left is to level the artifacts, but I need Mora to do that. Alright. Yeah, I was doing stuff out in Mondstadt. Just to try to get some excess hilly churl drops. And maybe even the Ruin Guard. I think I have everything I need-ish for Nodcry. In terms of those kind of drops. I'll double check what Lauma needs, but I'm pretty sure I have excess of the actual mob drops, because I've been farming Nodcry since it came out. And I won't say no to Whopper Flowers either. Though I'm pretty sure I've leveled everybody that uses them, funnily enough. That I have, let me rephrase that, that I have.
Be sanctified.
See, that one made sense. Oh. Well, just for that, I'm gonna take you anyway. And we'll check Wolvendom for the unusual hilly churl, since we're coming over here anyway.
Bow your head.
Nope, over here. Excellent. Alright, let's go check out Wolvendom really quick, and then we'll go to the last spot for Mora. I do not see him. I believe he's on this spot right here. So no, he's not here. How did you not die?
Let the mighty be humbled.
This might be an instance where a newbie is missing crits. Which makes sense. He has like an 81 crit rate with Majesty Hunter. But also, things are really spread out very, very far. That's fun. And that puts us where on the waterfront? We're back over 3 mil. Awesome. Trying to, where would a sweet spot be for Mora? Because I'll still need talents for Lauma. But at the very least, I'll have an extra phase of a patch to get stuff for her. If she is in fact on the banners. So far, every rumor mill I've seen since Nodcry's start has been accurate, so I can plan for Lauma. Alright, let's go look for the unusual hilly churl. Nope, he's not fascinated by it. Nope. Nope. I would like to just be able to run through that path and not hit the enemies. I probably would see him by now. Yeah, I don't think he's up here. So if I had to guess, he's probably out in Leeway today. But we still got Storm Terrors to look at. Yeah, he's not here.
Stabilize.
Well, it's kind of on there. Good job, Zhongli. Whew. Actually, got some air on that one. Nope. Alright, and as Forrest pointed out to me yesterday, this is actually faster. Is to come over here and then jump down. Instead of going across on the bridges. Yeah, he'd be coming into view right now, I think, if he was over here. Oop. Screw you, boar!
Justice is blindsided.
I hate boars in this game. Oh my god. Why are they so aggressive? I have no idea. By the way, I still have not gotten the achievement for getting killed by a boar. Gotta remember to do that at some point. Only reason I'm actually doing the unusual hilly trail right now is because it's long to get all the kills. Nope, that's a rock. No, that's the right one. That's the right one. We want to go over here. Not here today. He'd be right there. Huh? You're gonna be in the last place to look today, huh? Okay, there's 2 spots left. There's this one, which was the mining one. Which he's not there. He would have been in view because he's right up here. So he's got to be with the Fatui. Oh, there he is.
Silence!
And back to Mondstadt we go. Hope, are you actually here? Yay! He's... Excellent. Alright, where does that put me for kills? Ugh. 31 out of 50. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go back to Notcry. Now, there was something I actually wanted to test. Just thinking about it because with Malvika being on like a melt team and stuff like that, typically you would want an EM Sands. Is anybody using the Sands that was on set? No. It's what's the difference? The crit rate is the difference. But we're gonna be on double. Your Sands is actually reroll worthy. Gotta keep that in mind. I just want to see the total DPS for her if she's using an Elemental Mastery Sands. Typically you want attack, but I'm just kind of curious. go to the lab. So I think we've seen her peak with about 160-ish, but I'll still say 155 for consistency's sake.
A little loose. Everybody stand back. Suffer the wrath of Eatsley.
Hold it now.
Teamwork is drip. Off to the breeze. Fulfill our pact. You two. Time to.
The 100K. Ooh, that was a solid hit.
Laid bare. Huh? I'm going in. Get to work. See Laline. Eat Papa.
And I hit 130.
Transfix. Huh? Everybody stand. A dash of frost. Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of the.
The answer is yes, but it takes about 3 to 4 rotations before I'm able to. So the attack stance is still better. Arlecchino. Still a ways away from that, though. That's sad. No, no, I wanted to go back into the thing. Alright, so how many is it to take to get to the 130 threshold with the attack stance?
Overruled. A little loose. Teamwork is dream work. Get to work. You two. Time to.
Not long at all.
Laid bare. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Off to the freezer. Fulfill our pact. See Laline. Eat Papa.
Ooh. 167?
Transfix. Teamwork is drip. A dash of frost. Get to work. You two. Time to end.
Okay, right here she's missing some crits.
Overruled. Huh? I'm going in. Fulfill our pact. See Laline. Eat Papa. Transfixed. A little loose. Teamwork is dream. Show no mercy. You two. Time. Overruled. Let's light it up. Everybody stand. Get to work. Suffer the wrath of Eden. Transfix. Huh? I'm going in.
That might be the cap for what she can hit.
See, Laline, eat Papa. Let's light it up.
Yeah, I think it is.
A little of this. Suffer the wrath of Eve.
So 167 is the highest I can get her, but she gets to 160, 150 to 160 very quickly. Excuse me. Oh, we almost got the next part of that. Alright, just for sake of argument, I know Sitlali Shalonin is the best for Nuvi. I think Arlie actually hits harder than Nuvi if she reacts to the melt. Sad but true. So as Lolly stays where you are, Furia here.
I knew you'd miss me. Utensils at the ready.
All right, after you.
I'm never late.
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or...
Settle down!
Show no mercy. See, Laline, eat Papa. Let my name echo in song.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Silence! The tides beckon. Settle down.
Time to shine. Yoo-hoo! You two. Time to end them.
Let the mountain's veins boil.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Yeah, Nuvi's missing crits right now.
Settle down.
Get to work. See, Laline, eat Papa.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Let the world come alive.
Silence! Let the mighty be humbled!
Wait. Oh, he is missing crits. Something doesn't feel...
Bow your
Okay,
head.
hang on. His charge attacks usually do way more. So was it not Sitlali? Yeah, let's put in Kazuha.
Sounds
This is the
good
team
to
I
me.
typically run anyway.
Silence!
it! Letting brave names echo!
As one with wind and cloud.
Let my name echo in song! Shower...
Settle down. Be sanctified.
Wow. What the fuck,
Silence.
movie?
Strike a pop!
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Time to shine!
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head.
Wow. That's weird. That is so weird. I know
Settle
movie hits
down.
harder than this. But he's barely touching 130. I haven't changed his stuff at all. It's 36. Yeah, you're at 81. So, what went wrong? Because it's definitely not using Escoffier. It's definitely not doing that. That's so strange. I know he's hit up to like 160-ish. That's so mind-boggling. Why is it doing that? And for anyone that's wondering why I'm somewhat upset about it, it's not so much that Arlie is doing more damage. It's the fact that Arlie is actually reacting that is causing that damage to go up. It's the fact that he's my C6. Like, I'm not understanding that. And in order to give him more crit rate, like, I would have to go after artifacts, which upping his artifacts are going to be very tough. That's so weird. Alright, sake of argument. Sake of argument.
Ready to spice things up.
Bow your head.
Bring it!
Let the world come alive! Off to the freezer! A burst of sleep!
See a couple hundreds in there.
Settle down. Be sanctified.
Okay, better.
Silence.
A dash of frosting! Goose on the loose! Let my name echo in song! Shower me with...
Let the mighty be humbled.
Okay, there's the 150-ish. Why is this being so inconsistent? I'll take the 150. I'll take the 150. But I'm pretty sure the last time I tested all the teams I have for Nouvelette, his damage in terms of overall DPS for the team was with Sitlali and Shilonen. And now it's showing Escoffier and Shilonen. That's so weird. But like, I don't remember the old school premium, which was Kazuha, doing that bad. That's so weird. And again, I'm not gonna poo-poo Arlecchino doing more damage because she's fucking melting. Like, I'm not gonna poo-poo that. Also, if I have to run, like I normally do, Arlecchino and Nouvelette for anything, she's the one that actually gets, Escoffier. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So I would have to run Shilonen and Kazuha. You know what? I'm actually curious about this. Just for old time's sake. Back in the day, back in Fontaine,
Want me to come along?
this was the premium.
Hopefully this won't take long.
So I'm just curious how much DPS it actually does.
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Strike a pose! Time to shine!
Remember, health comes first. A bitter.
Silence.
Well, it hits the 80k. Can it break 100? Yes, it can. And that might actually only be because he's C6. That's funny. So it does show you just how much scaling has happened for damage output and all of that stuff. That was Nuvi's premium team. So you can hit around 150. I still feel like you're missing like 5K's worth of DPS. You have Tome of Eternal Flow. And again, this should not have changed. That is your flower. That is your feather. That's your sands. That's the Hydro Goblet. And that is your headpiece. This does have more crit rate on it. With only slightly less crit damage. We only have one more roll left on that. This is also a 3-liner. Do I have a 4-line start? There's this, but it has flats and defense. Okay. Who the heck was that for? Okay. 7.0, 2.7. Less crit damage, more crit rate. I have a couple. Honestly, like a couple of these would be worth rolling just because they are 4-line starts. Okay. You are going to go into one of everything. Damage. Lunchtime. All right, go into crit. Go into crit. And went into flat. So I wasn't completely wrong. How is this in comparison? You lose ER. I know you lose ER. You lose 2 crit damage, but you gain a little crit rate. Again, worth a reroll because it is a 4-line start. What's the other 4-line start one I had? Was that you? Yeah, it was you. I think I had one more. Yeah, I have this one. I have the emblem. And I think that's it. So worth actually checking out at some point. This one has low rolls in crit rate, crit damage, so it might not be as worth. This one has a higher crit damage roll, though. So that'll be something I'll look out for. I don't think there's any replacing your feather. Because that's actually a really good split. I don't really want to lower his HP, but this could get rerolled. Just because the subsets are good. I don't have a 4-liner, though, I don't think. No, we don't want to take Risley's. Oh, not Risley. That was Gaming. And you would be, like, well over cap, wouldn't you? Just flip this for a sec. Yeah, you'd be over cap if I do that. Okay. So yeah, I guess in terms of this, I would need to actually... I can't do a crit rate circlet, so I need to higher crit rate on terms of the rolls. And hope that I still have like roughly 280 crit damage or something. But it is very disappointing that he didn't do like what I thought he would or what he had with Sitlali and Shilonin. He did around the 150 with Shilonin and Escoffier, which is fine. But it's so weird. The only other thing I can think of in terms of DPS, hang on. We'll see. In terms of the DPS, I might have run a DPS Furina. Because Nuvi doesn't necessarily need the energy from Favonius. But I'll go back and do Escoffier, because that seemed to be the highest damage I could get.
Ready to spice things up.
So we'll do this.
Is it time to go?
No one knows the that baffled me. Mizuki isn't an option in Temper Thyself. That is weird. That is very weird.
Settle down.
A burst of flavor. Let my name echo in song. Shout.
Silence. Let the mighty be humbled.
There's the sauce. I found the problem, chat.
Bow your head.
Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. Let the world come alive.
Silence. The tides beckon.
$169. And it goes down. Yeah. So yeah, the 170k I remembered. Now again, it's Escoffier, not Sitlali, which I feel kind of weird about, which is fine with me though, because I don't need 2 Cinder Cities. It was the fact that I was on, excuse me, DPS Furina. So let me go over here so I can see the damn thing. Yeah, 8 million on Nouvellette, and then 1 mil on Furina. So yeah, okay. So in order for Nouvellette to actually maximize his damage like that, I actually need her on her DPS build, which is fine. So he was at with this team, he was at 150k. So it was about a 10 to 20k difference because he topped out at 169, almost 170. So yeah, all right. I feel better now. I feel better now. Part of that damage was actually Furina versus Arlecchino. That's like all her. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I'll keep her on the DPS build right now since I run around with Nuvi. I just gotta remember if I do need to use the buy, I need to change stuff over. Alright, I am going to get some food. It might take me a few minutes. I don't know what I'm going to eat just yet. But we'll flip over to Star Rail. We'll actually do a run of Divergent Universe. And then we'll flip over to F2P and just do our little maintenance. Again, nothing too major. It's Thursday, so we're gonna work on the Fav Sword, which doesn't need too many mats. It literally only needs enough for 1 level. So we should be alright with that. But anyway, I'll be right back. Or as soon as I can, anyway. Turn you down a little bit more. Okay. Simple tuna sandwich. Nothing special. And I've been... Oh, Sparksy again. What do you want, Sparksy? Just how many alt accounts do you have? That does not answer the question, Sparksy. Sure, count me in on the mushroom. Anyway, I was thinking about it, and I might pause on trying to get the like home for Hyacine, as much as it would help the team out just a little bit. As of right now, it sounds like Silverwolf is a really good teammate for Sparksy, and as much as I don't really want Silverwolf, Star Rail's a little bit harder to ignore the characters you need. Because they're just going to get outclassed really quick, which is the thing I hate. But, you know, having one solid team for relation is not a bad thing. So if Silverwolf is supposed to be a good teammate for Sparksy, and I have Sparkle, we just need a healer. Which... ideally, if ideally it shouldn't matter who you choose. I think Dan Heng would still be best, but obviously if I use Fight On or something, it's not going to... He goes with Fight On and an Axa. Like, no way around that. Alright, let's get this out of the way.
My earth shatters, heaven trembles!
It's of no consequence.
Flailing
Serenity is
beast.
before me.
To the soul! With this divine power, I reforge all things! Insanity! To the soul!
I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
With this divine power, I reforge all things! Insanity! To the soul! Soaring above the lands! This is permanence!
Torment and doubt, farewell.
Insanity! To the soul! With this divine power, I reforge all things!
Step onto the board. Your downfall is absolute.
Insanity!
Serenity is before me.
With this divine power, I reforge all things! To the soul! Insanity! To the soul! With this divine power, I reforge all things! Soaring above the lands! This is permanence! Insanity! To the soul!
Flailing. Your downfall is absolute.
Torment and doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Serenity is before me.
Insanity.
It's of no consequence. Torment and doubt, farewell. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. To the soul. Insanity. To the soul. With this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity. To the soul. Soaring above the lands. This is permanence!
Serenity is before me.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Flailing, your downfall is absolute.
It's of no consequence. Torment and doubt, farewell.
Insanity. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Well, that was just a bunch of poo. So yeah, part of me is just thinking I'm just gonna wait for Silverwolf. And the good news is about that too is that I could always just grab another Remembrance Light Cone if I need that specific one for Silverwolf too off the Battle Pass. Is that a... Can be unlocked. Go unlock. Is it actually this quest that needs to do it? There's another quest here too, apparently.
Be grateful
Oh,
for all
jeez.
this clamor. That is the sound of thoughts clashing.
I wasn't expecting that when I zoned in. What the hell is this? What the hell is that team? Where the frick are my characters? There we go. That is one weird door, I'll give it that. Well, I mean, this just stays the same. Can't get anything out of that. All right. Is it me or did they make this more convoluted? The door is sleeping. That's actually funny. Receive a deck of cards, which is yay, random rewards. Woo!
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish to engage.
A will of metal and...
Turn over this etern... A direct offensive?
Watch this magic trick.
Step onto the board.
Earth shatters.
I mean, the
heaven
battle should
trembles.
play out normally, right?
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Your downfall is absolute.
Soaring above the lands. This is permanence! Mountains roar, dragons rise!
Insanity. To the soul.
Press the attack.
Insanity. An undisputed victory. Be grateful for all this clamor. That is the sound of thoughts clashing.
Alright, wasn't expecting Ruan May. I'll just buy this stuff up, why not? Alright, Ruan, what do you do? Oh. She has equations. Oh, we can't talk to Scurry. I spent all my fragments.
I suppose I can just ignore this.
Level up.
But I want to Gamba. Wow, crit rate and crit damage. Must be Cyreni's lucky day. Doobie doobie doo. Feels weird that you can buy the equations now.
I'm not built for this. You go ahead if you wish to engage. A will of metal.
Turn over this eternal. A direct offensive.
Watch this magic trick.
Step onto the board.
Earth shatters, heaven trembles. Mountains roar, dragons rise! Look, the show has begun. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
To the defeated, oblivion. Your downfall is absolute.
Dragons, obey this order. Soaring above the lands, this is permanence! Insanity to the soul.
So I was going to eat my lunch, but no, I had to take control of it. Stop this game.
Be grateful for all this clamor. That is the sound of thoughts clashing.
Okay, I don't care, game. Okay, see, this makes sense. This is the boss that I fought earlier. For every 3 battles completed, 1 item will be gained. Dinosaur!
Emerge from your cocoon.
Night falls. Good night.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Have some sunshine.
Be careful. There's something unsettling ahead. Oh. Be careful. There's something unsettling ahead.
Light are we for?
Turn over this Play night. Emerge from your cocoon.
That meant to tickle. It shows.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Be careful. There's something unsettling ahead. Emerge from your cocoon.
Night falls. Good night.
May death protect us!
I'm gonna cry. Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies. Rise and shine.
Embrace a new life.
So may them wait.
May death protect us! As you wish.
Flowers, bloom for tomorrow. Have some fun. Till we meet again. That one is hard to persuade.
Turn over
Let's
this
observe
eternal
first.
page. Emerge from your cocoon.
Night falls. Shh. Good night.
May death protect us!
Have some sunshine! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies!
It's just mean. Oops. I didn't even get to see the options. I just clicked through it. Smart of me. That is a big trotter.
So make it wait. Flowers bloom for tomorrow. I'm gonna cry. Treat our guests nicely.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us! As you wish.
Rise and shine. Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Space cheese! We'll just buy everything up just to actually catalog them. But we have space cheese. Hell yeah. We love space cheese. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Other than getting them into the catalog. Dot does nothing for the team I currently have.
Let's take a picture.
Again? Again! Fuck you, game. Oh, jeez. Brother scared the hell out of me. Level 5, let's go. We're not afraid. We got Casterus.
Be careful. Ahead.
Light a way for. Turn over this eternal pain. Play night.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Have some sunshine. Night falls. Shh. Good night. Rise and shine. So make a way. Stars, shine for the heroes.
Embrace a new life.
Flowers, bloom for tomorrow.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Have some sunshine. Dispel the gloom.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us! Embrace a new life.
Have some sunshine!
May death protect us!
Till we meet again. Stars, shine for the heroes. Old-fashioned!
As you wish. Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
Alright, at least that gave me a chance to eat. We'll go eat.
Be careful.
Why not?
There's something unsettling ahead.
Oh, Well, I guess I would want Cyrene and Castoris.
Turn over this eternal page.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Have some sunshine! Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies! Night falls. Good night. Till we meet again.
Embrace a new life. Respite, so we're just about at the end here. That's a good one, Pixel. +2. I'm doing good. How are you? Don't need Dot. Posture check. Posture check is doing good. Leaning back in my chair right now. Not much I could upgrade for that. Do I have fragments to spend? I do. Not at. I mean, I guess we'll just grab them. Again, we'll just catalog them.
it's so close. So close. I mean, this should be the boss, right? So.
Be careful. There's something unsettling
Okay,
ahead.
it at least gave me back another 2 action
Why don't we
points.
turn over this
I
eternal?
feel like the previous Divergent
nice.
universe didn't have that problem.
Emerge from your cocoon.
Don't make him wait. Have some sunshine. Oh. Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us!
Rise and shine.
Embrace a new life.
Night falls. Shh. Good night. That kind of hurts. That kind of hurts.
Go, Dragon, go! Lag the game!
May death protect us!
That kind of hurts.
Bonana.
We meet again.
Embrace a new life. May death protect us! May wandering souls find their own way out.
And we save the current file because it's space cheese. There we go. That's all I ever want is space cheese. Ah, I didn't make it to the Jade. Yay, I made it to the Jade. Alright, that stayed the same. And I'm assuming everything over here stayed the same too. Oh, wait. Okay, that's the preservation one, and this is Hunt Nihility. Those are the ones I haven't picked up. Okay. Oh, there is an elation one. Increase the wearer's attack by 20%. After the wearer uses skill or ultimate on one ally character, increase the target's elation stat by 12. Okay, so that's definitely not for Sparksy, but honestly, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to it. Couldn't hurt. Could not hurt. Okay, that's just there, because I haven't touched that yet. Alright, yeah. So for right now, we'll just hold off on 26 days, 13 days on Hyacinth. That seems weird, right? So even if I really wanted to go for her light cone, I don't even think I'd be able to get it in that short amount of time. So yeah, we'll pause for Silver Wolf and see what happens. Alright, let me take care of my dishes, grab another drink, and we'll go over to the F2P account for Genshin. Again, not gonna do terribly much, so I probably will end a little bit early today anyway. I keep having to do that. So hang tight, everybody. I'll be right back. Sandwich not quite agreeing with Tummy, although I don't know if it was the sandwich or the Funyuns. It might have been the Funyuns. Those were really salty this time around. So, yay.
Ad Astra.
That's right. We shouldn't be anywhere near Cap. Amber, the Knights of Favonius. All right, let's go see Amber.
This guy in Natland.
Natland's old news. Why are you still talking about that? I should have just teleported up from the cathedral. Are you in the church, Amber? Oh, you can't enter there. On top of the cathedral. God damn it, Amber. What the fuck was that? That made absolutely no sense. You couldn't have picked the one with the teleporter?
Ah, this breed. Oh, good timing. This is probably the highest point in Mons. There's so many people. It's only on days off like usually I'm either taking off. Well, I am as long as I can help solve the issue. Huh? But I'll do all I can, the best I can. As long, huh? Hang on. Why is Margaret suddenly running off? Whoa, she's chasing someone. A thief, maybe? You wait here. I'll go help. Hey, you!
Inazuma and Leeway. Okay. Oh, it's Emily.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, Paimon's fine. Wow, color me surprised. Perfume that smells like,
Some unconventional spice combinations, specialized techniques for refining them.
Well, tons of people come to eat our boiled fish No way I'd mistake it for anything.
Perfume
Even if
that
perfume
smells like
bottle's
boiled
the
fish
last
sounds like a
place I'd
really
travel
bad
at.
idea.
Perfect timing.
Emily here just made us a perfume that smells like boiled fish. Isn't that just so cool?
Giant
See?
Kethin
Oh,
dance.
I've got an idea, Xiangling. That way, even if customers haven't tried a dish before, they could just... You're right! Exactly, that sounds...
Paimon thinks it sounds rude. Food fragrance besides. It seems like the... that wasn't Paimon's... Yep. Ew! If you're gonna... Huh? Why does Paimon Traveler miss him?
My goodness, never mind all that. Oh, right. Also, lend me the perfume. Let's see what our dear consultant thinks when he tastes the...
All right, and Inazuma. Hazo. Oh, there was a teleporter that was closer. I think Hazo's picture was right on top of it. Right? Or was that a... Or was... Did I mistake you for a teleporter? That's kind of funny. Stab Hazel. The flavor swap Cheetos have a bit of a kick. They're the barbecue ones, right?
Mioto is so mysterious.
Alright, we'll go to Natland and we'll do the artifact right in Natland. Huh. I wouldn't expect them to be spicy.
So frightened of ghosts.
Because it was supposed to be
They
a
are
sweet
merely
barbecue,
talking
if I remember
shadows,
right.
chattering away endlessly about their past affairs.
Southern Heat Barbecue, huh? Maybe I mistook Southern for sweet? Sweet Southern Heat on the barbecue. Okay. Huh. I guess I just really wasn't expecting it to have a kick, because I wanted to try those. But if they're going to be too spicy, I don't want to. Not at the moment, anyway. Ah! Whoa! How did you get caught?
Colorful clips need more color.
Uh-huh. That sounds like a sound conclusion. All the way over here. You know, I'm happy that it's gonna hit 60 degrees and all today, but I don't want the rain that's coming with it. It's not supposed to be here until like 6 o'clock, but god damn does my head hurt right now. Yay. Oh. Ah. As I said, not much going on for the FTP account today. Hello, doggo.
Yeah. Look, a rainbow! Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Yeah.
Nanda konda. Right, so they don't have that, so I just go over here. Here. It's not marked. Yeah, it's here.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
was a wide ass shot.
Welcome.
You are not welcome here.
Mixed signals, guys.
You want this? Flash attack!
Cleanup sequence initiated. Annihilation mode.
Enhanced animal module 75. Absorption test.
Feel that's very in character for Flynn's. Let everybody else do the work. Find an excuse not to do it. Alright, since that's cut short, we tend not to do all spots available when this happens, just because I don't have certain spots at the ready. So we just hit up Fontaine, talk to Mr. Boots, get these 2 spots down here, and then the one that's down by the Statue of the Seven on the bridge. There's definitely spots still open, like at least one more spot, and I could go to the other tower too, which I believe I have opened on this, but I don't really wanna. I don't wanna. But this is technically the second route I do. On the main account, I actually do part of the ruins out in the desert. I don't have the whole thing open, but I at least have a part of it to get, like, I think 12 artifacts out of it.
The long sleep beckons.
I am just going to hit the restroom really quick, so I will be right back. Alright, let's finish this up. So we were going to go to the Fav sword, which I think is on... No. Yes, no, yes. This account had you with this.
Stand clear. Yeah, animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Be silent. Night falls.
Probably will spend all my resin in here just to ensure that we get enough.
Preparing for dust up.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Yeah.
Beware the creatures of the night.
Okay, that's good.
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Swirl. Mark 2. Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Alright, one more.
Preparing for dust up. Cleanup sequence.
Enhanced animal module 75. Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Alright. No gold in and of itself, but I should be able to craft it. No, she didn't do anything for that. Alright, that's fine though. That'll do. So we got another Fav sword leveled. Excellent.
Ad Astra Abbott. Thank you for complete.
45. Yay. Alright. Let me just go through another mental checklist here. Best as I can. Those were the only two weapons I could think of that I needed to level right away, quote unquote. Just in case I need to use like Nikita, she has her sack frags. Leela has her Fav sword. So this will be another one we do some point. It's the bow, right? Yeah, because you're not using that right now. Who? Castellana has it. And we need it for Yehoda. So that'll be the next one. You share the chains. get to 50 at least. And I can craft 8. So I technically can get it to 60, which is good. So I guess the next thing we'll do, actually, where is... This was yesterday? Yeah. Okay, so Saturday I can do the fab bow. So what we'll do is make sure we can get Yehoda up, which she is level 70 right now, I think. Yeah. So we'll get her up at least one more level. No, it's at 10 at least. Yeah, so we need to farm her boss. So she and Aino will be at 80. We'll finish her weapon. And she should be, yeah, she's on 4-piece BV, but it's another thing of needing to level her stuff. Make sure she's got enough crit rate to proc Fab, which she does not. So we'll get her set to go to be usable, and then we'll worry about getting her and Aino to 90. I think that's going to be the next fix, because Sucrose might have to slot in other places, like with Klee, and we can at least still have Animos, and actually a little bit more sustain for Flens if I need it. So those will be the next two. Other than that, we'll still be working on Klee, of course, so... But yeah, that is going to do it for me today. I'm going to go back to the screen before Paimon starts yelling at me when my voice is, like, not even peaking my mic at all. So, yeah, I am going to go rest my voice a little bit and probably take a nap because my head is actually pounding really badly right now. As for tomorrow, I am taking tomorrow off, one, to completely rest my voice because I do feel it being strained. So I'm going to rest my voice, and then I got to deal with maintenance, should they actually show up this time. I'll take bets on whether or not they do. Let me know. At me over on Blue Sky or something. Just tell me if you think they will or not. But yeah, Monday we'll come right back at it, and we'll see where we're at with the modifications that I've made over the weekend for the free-to-play account, and see if anything is a little bit better or at least runs a little bit smoothly. I need to see the DPS with Sucrose versus Yehoda for Flens. I know it's going to be slightly more because of the EM situation, but I want to see by how much. Because again, Flens is C0R0. Oh man, those are tiny Kethans. He's still dancing happily, but he's tiny. I don't know if I can go back to tiny emote Kethan. Big emote Kethan is adorable. But I think that's all I need to do today on this account. If I think of something else, I'll obviously log back in, but slowly making progress. Ah, yes, Sleepy Kethan. Sleepy Kethan's good, Kethan. You're right, Sleepy Kethan. I'm gonna go lay down now. To at least try to taper off the headache a little bit. Again, awesome we're getting warm weather. It just sucks that there's rain coming with it. But I'll see everybody on Monday. And until then, take care and enjoy the special program tomorrow. I wonder what we'll get for news outside of the banner stuff.